All right, team. These are a couple moves that you're going to see for modifications throughout the program. And we have a calf raise when we're doing our lunges, coming outside of our lunges and our lower body hypertrophy day. But you can also do a seated calf raise. Again, having the dumbbell placed on each knee individually, or we can do it like this, having it placed traditionally with both knees. But again, I'm rising on top of my toes and slowly coming down, keeping time and attention. Again, make sure that dumbbell is as heavy as you can go, 50 pounds at least. Then we have our dumbbell lateral raise. Again, we're starting with very light weight. So we did an alternating raise where we did coming to the front and the side at the same time. This one, we're just coming to the side. But again, we're still keeping our squeeze on our core. We're still breathing at the top. And again, I'm bringing those dumbbells all the way back. They should touch in the back so I get a good range of motion, targeting my rear delts and medial delts or side delts. All right, team, this next move, we're going to front raises, front dumbbell raises. Again, same thing as we did with our lateral raises. I'm squeezing core and glutes when I raise. And again, I'm only keeping the 90 degrees on my raise. So look at my rotation on my palms. I'm rotating my palms, again, getting as much range of motion in my front delts and finding a good steady pace. Again, when we're doing our delts, pretty lightweight, not too heavy. All right, we're going into a plank motion, 4-point plank. I'm tapping opposite hand to opposite shoulder, bringing opposite hand to opposite foot, opposite hand, opposite shoulder, opposite hand, opposite foot, opposite hand, opposite foot. And again, continuing that process. Again, my hips are not dipped towards the floor. They're not kicked towards the ceiling until I reach back. Only am I kicking my hips towards the ceiling. We're going to keep this good, steady pace, breathing and squeezing that core. Again, we want that core embraced during the movement. Again, you're going to see this in your core and conditioning. And going to our next one is our goblet squat. So our goblet squat, we also have a front squat. You're going to see this in your lower body strength. Again, this is just a front squat with a loaded medium in front. This could be a barbell. This is best with a dumbbell, but it's working our quads. And again, we're just changing feet positioning here. Again, the wider my feet are, the more I'm targeting my glutes and inner thighs. If I'm shoulder width apart, about the neutral area, I'm getting a little bit of the best of both worlds. If my feet are narrow, like they began, I'm only targeting my quads. Now here, I'm wide. So here I'm all glutes, inner thighs. But still, thrusting that hip up, I'm standing all the way up. Those hips are coming all the way forward. And again, you can change that positioning. You don't just have to hold the one end of the dumbbell. You can hold both, whatever your comfort is. These are just a couple variations. All right, we have an overhead sit-up. You're going to see this in your conditioning and core phase as well. Again, we're just keeping a loaded medium over our head, extending it to our chest, and rising with my heels dug in, toes planted towards the ceiling, and squeezing that core as I come up. But again, as I come down, I'm finding that extension behind my head too, stretching my body, getting a full range of motion, even in my core. I want all 8. We want all 8, my man. All right, we have burpees. Now, there's a couple of variation of burpees that you can do. Now, this is a modified burpee, coming down 1 foot at a time, 1 knee at a time into a modified push-up, standing at 1 at a time, and going to a calf raise. So this is modified. So if you're not familiar with the burpee, this is how you build into a burpee, still getting the benefit of a burpee, until we can go into different variations, such as this one, stepping back, going into our push-up and exploding. Again, taking out the modified push-up, going into a traditional. Instead of going to a calf raise, we are exploding for a good jump. So that is another variation. Or we can go to the advanced variation, just jumping down, jumping up, jumping into our push-up, jumping out of our push-up, and continuing that motion for the duration of the movement. Have fun.